Right, so welcome back. There is a lot of new notes for the Year 7 Season 3 designer notes. Quite a long list, so we're just going to jump straight into it and go through all of the new things. So first we have weapon balancing. Of course, if you don't know, they've changed the whole recoil on all SMGs, ARs, LMGs, and machine pistols. So on console, there is going to be less recoil for Zophia's AR, Ash's AR, Alibi's SMG, and Ella's SMG. They're going to be increasing the recoil on the 6P41, which is Finka and Fuse's LMG, the LMG-E, which is Zophia's LMG, the GAA-1, which is the LMG which Amaru has, and the Spear .308, which is the AR which Finka and Thunderbird use. There's an entire bit here about the new recoil attachments, so they've changed basically how attachments work in the game. So there's a lot to go through here, so we're going to try and speedrun it as much as possible, but also, still talk about it. So they've added compensator to the 6P41, which is the LMG Fuse and Finka has. They've added compensator to the M249 Soul, which is the LMG Gridlock has. They've added it to the FMG9, which is the SMG Nook and Smoke has. They've added it to the SP SMG9, which is the machine pistol which Kali and Clash has. They've added it to the MP5, which of course Doc, Rook and Melusi have, the P90, which Doc and Rook have, the C1 9mm, which is Frost SMG, and the M12 SMG, which Caviera has. Flash Hider has been added to the 417, which is the DMR Twitch Lion and Sense has, the OTS03, which is Glaz's DMR/Sniper, the CAMRS, which is Buck's DMR, the SR25, which is Blackbeard and Flores' DMR, and the MK14, which is Dokubi's DMR. Now they haven't added it to Arini by the seams of it. And they've also added it to the C1 9mm, which again is Frost SMG. Muzzle brake has been added once again to Finka and Fuse's LMG, the OG A2, which IQ and Wamai have, the GAA1, which is IQ and Amaru's LMG, the M249, which is Capitão's LMG, the Bearing 9, which is Habana, Echoes, and Thunderbird's machine pistol, the M249 Soul, which is Gridlock's LMG, which is also a variant of Capitão's LMG, the SMG11, which Amaru, Smoke, and Mute have, the SP SMG9, which Kali and Smoke have, and once again Frost SMG, the C1 9mm. Muzzle brake has been added to Glaz's Sniper, the ARX, which Nomad has, and it doesn't say Ayana, so maybe they're only adding it to Nomad's one. Once again, Frost's SMG, she's getting all these attachments, and the T5 SMG, which Legion and Oryx have. The damage reduction has been removed from Suppressor, so when you use Suppressor now, there won't be any downside at all, and it'll still do the same amount of damage as you would without Suppressor. Extended Barrel has been added to the SMG, which Capcan, Tachanka, and Azami have, the MP5K, which Mute and Wamai have, the FMG9, which Nook and Smoke has, the MPX, which Valkyrie and Warden have, the PDW9, which Jackal and Osa have, the T5 SMG, which Legion and Oryx have, the 552 Commando, which IQ has and the new Operator Grim has, the G36C, which Ash and Ayana have, the Spear, which Finka and Thunderbird has, the Bearing 9, which Habana, Echo, and Thunderbird have, the K1A, which Vigil has, the MP7, which Zero and Bandit have, the MP5, which Rook, Doc, and Melusi have, and finally the F2 for Twitch. They've added angled grip to the L85A1, which Sledge and Thatcher have, the R4C for Ash, the 417 DMR for Twitch and Lion, Glaz's Sniper, the LMG for Fuse and Finka, the DMR for Blackbeard and Flores, the LMG for Capitão, the LMG for Zofia, the AR, which Finka and Thunderbird have, which is the Spear, the ARX for Nomad and Ayana, the F90 for Gridlock, which is her AR, Gridlock's LMG, which is the M249 Soul, the MP5 for Doc, Rook, and Melusi, the 416 for Jaeger, which is his submachine gun, the Vector for Mura and Goyo, the T5 SMG for Legion and Oryx, and finally the SMG11 for Amaru, Smoke, and Mute. These will all be having angled grip. Laser sights have been added to Glaz's Sniper, the GAA1 LMG, the GSH18, which is the Russian pistol, and the C75 Auto, which Dokubi, Vigil, and Kali have. Okay, so weapon sights, this is quite a lot here, so we're going to try and speed run this as much as we can. Alibi's shotgun is getting 1.5 times scope, Amaru's LMG is getting 1.5 times scope, Dokubi's Bosch G is getting 1.5 and 2 times, Fuse's AK is getting 1.5, Fuse's LMG is getting 2 times, Finka's Spear is getting 1.5, Gridlock's F90 AR is getting 1.5, Goyo's shotgun is getting 1.5, Habana's AR is getting 2 times, IQ's AUG is getting 1.5 and 2 times, Jackal's C7E is getting 1.5, Cade's shotgun is also getting 1.5, Lion's Vector is getting 1.5, Maestro's shotgun is getting 1.5, Nomad's AK is getting 2 times, Osa's AR is getting 1.5 times, that's the same one that Thermite has. Rook's MP5 is getting 1.5 times, Thermite is also getting 1.5 times on that gun, Thatcher's AR33 is getting 2 times, Thatcher's L8 is getting 1.5 times, Vigil's Bosch G is getting 1.5 and 2 times, and Zofia's AR is getting 1.5 times scope as well. So Goyo's Vector is getting the 1.5 times, Ace's AK is losing the 2 times and getting the 1.5 times, Ayana is losing the 1.5, Mute is losing the 1.5, Nomad's ARX is losing the 2.5 and getting the 1.5, Sledge is losing the 2.5, Cade is losing the 1.5, Finka's LMG is losing losing the 2.5 and getting the 2 times. Zofia's LMG is losing the 2.5. Wamai's MP5 is losing the 1.5. Capital's AR is getting the 2 times. Blackbeard's Mark 17 is getting the 2 times. Ayana's G36C is getting the 1.5. Ross is getting the 1.5 times back on her SMG after it was removed last season, I believe. And the UMP for Pulse is actually getting the 1.5, which is actually quite massive. Of course, the EMP Impact Nade has been added this season, and it will be for Blackbeard, Montang, Dokkaebi, Nuke, Gridlock, Sledge, Lion, and Osa. They're also reducing the collateral damage destruction of frag grenades, meaning that their range will not be as much, so you just have to be closer to a nade to die from it now. Our breach charges will activate in 4 seconds, down from 5 seconds, just to make them a bit faster, and to combo them with the Impact EMP Nade. Fuse's gadget will be 2 seconds now, from 3 seconds, so that's a buff. Increased pellets trail visibility, and they've added Smoke Grenade as a 3rd gadget. Kali will be getting 4 gadgets now, I assume that's to compensate for the EMP. They have reduced the vertical and horizontal recoil of her sniper, and they've also increased the recovery time after recoil visual. They've added a Claymore as Glaz's 3rd gadget, making him have so many gadgets. Capital has got the gun 6, Ayana no longer has the gun 6, Finka is losing nades and getting smoke grenades, Maverick is losing his nades and getting stuns, and finally Buck has the gun 6. That was an extremely beefy patch notes. This will be linked in the description if you would like to go look for it yourself. Of course, a lot of changes are coming this season, so there is a lot to talk about, and the test server is coming out very soon, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Anyway guys, have a great day. I'll catch you all later. Peace.